Hello guys, my name's Elio and welcome to the first of many videos in my Bleach Immortal Soul review series. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so today we're starting off here with Ichigo, obviously the main character of Bleach. We all know who he is. If you don't know who he is, watch the anime or actually play this game, you'll know who he is. But let's go ahead and start off with him. So he's the first character that we get in the game, obviously because he is the main character. 9 times out of 10 main characters, especially in the gacha games, they're given to you for free or very little effort, and by the time you get to end game they really just taper off. Not that they're bad, but there's just so many other units that are better. But anyways, let's continue. So his specialty is being an attacker type. He also specializes in bleed and rage recovery. Rage recovery just means that his attacks are more likely, or he's more geared towards getting his rage meter full so he can do the lovely Getsuga Tensho. And then let's go over here to the skills tab. Now the skills tab is where the meat of the character really comes out, and this is predominantly how I'm going to be able to tell you guys if a character seems like they may be good or not. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. But let's continue forward. So his combo move is triple slice, which deals damage to a single enemy. It deals bleed damage to the target and lasts 2 rounds. And then once Ichigo becomes an ultra rare, when hitting a target, there's an 80% decrease to the target's damage reduction rate by 15%. So there's an 80% chance that he can reduce the target's damage reduction rate by 15%. There's really no other way to explain that other than saying that there's a high probability that once he attacks that he can reduce the damage reduction rate by 15% to whatever enemy that he's targeting after he becomes ultra rare. I mean, all in all, this move is fine. It's nice that it deals bleed damage to a target because one of Ichigo's main selling points is bleed, but it's nothing insane. His rage move, aka his special move, is the lovely Getsuga Tensho. After the weapon awakens, it deals damage. The damage that it deals increases greatly. Once he's an SR or above, it deals bleed damage to the target, and it lasts for 2 rounds. Once he's an SSR or above, there's a 50% chance to deal 15 more damage to the target. So there's basically every time he does Getsuga Tensho, there's a 50% chance after he becomes SSR for it to do 15% more damage. So pretty much every other move he's going to be doing 15% more damage, as long as we're not, counting out statistics on this. So, I mean, overall, it's an okay move. Its main selling point is purely bleed, so don't be discouraged if you feel like the damage that it does isn't that great. Because if you guys, scroll down, bleed receives damage based on the attacker's attack after the end of each round. And this is just the basic formula for, how bleed damage and skill damage is calculated. So the higher Ichigo's attack, the more damage you're going to get from bleed. Don't forget that. If your bleed damage sucks, there's 99% chance that your Ichigo's attack sucks. So all in all, it's an okay move, and obviously it deals damage to a column of enemies. So if there's an enemy in front or behind the enemy that you're attacking, obviously they're going to get caught up in it too. But it's okay. And then his first passive is attack strengthen, which increases his attack up, which is very important because not only does his damage, which comes from bleed, need attack up, but literally his damage, which comes primarily from bleed being stacked, will increase his damage. And then his second passive is standing up for friends. When he is on the battlefield, he increases the attack of all allies. He deals damage 20% more to bleed targets. So once again, he needs bleed in order for him to do the damage that you want him to do. So if his base damage feels like it's kind of lackluster compared to other units, apply bleed first. Make sure his attack is up high, and then Ichigo should do quite a bit of damage on him as well. And we can see that he increases everyone's attack, not by like an insane amount, but it's there. I'm sure once he gets higher and the attack increase becomes a lot bigger, that it's going to be a lot more noticeable. But for right now, it's okay. And then the damage increase when he's a 5-star and the damage reduction when he's 6-star. It's pretty much on everyone, so there's no point in talking about that. But once again, Ichigo's main selling point is bleed, and bleed scales off his attack. So get his attack up as high as you can. Hopefully you can bleed the target as much as you can to get the most out of your Ichigo. Now for his War Soul, I've been aiming to do the Soul of Rending because that adds a chance for his rage skill to have bleed. So it raises the probability of Getsuga Tensho applying bleed to the target, which once again, that's Ichigo's selling point. So I would really focus on War Souls that can boost his attack or that can boost his chance to apply bleed, because both of those are where his damage comes from. And in terms of talents, obviously in non-substitute Soul Reaper level 1 and non-PvP modes, attack, defense, and HP of all characters are increased by 0.8%. Not much, but as you upgrade it, this could become very, very important later on as you get more characters and stack this effect if there's any other characters with this same effect. But overall, I mean, Ichigo is Ichigo. He's what you get. That's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like he is more of a sleeper character though, where you start off with him and he's not that good, but as time goes on and you learn more that he really needs bleed to do his damage, that by the end game, whatever the end game may present to us, that he'll still be an okay unit. Maybe not like super duper OP, but he won't be bad either. But that's pretty much all I have for this video, you guys. If you need me to cover anything else while I'm doing these reviews, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.